Welcome to Professor B's lab, and I am Professor B. Today we are going to do an experiment that will help us answer a few questions. First, why do I need Christ in my life? Second, what does he want with me once I have him? Let's start at the beginning of each one of us. In Genesis 1:26 and 27, God said, "Let us make man in our image." So God created man in his image. The reality is that God made you and me each in our own unique way for his glory. He built each of us just the way he intended to showcase his mighty strength and splendor. The psalmist says in Psalm 139, 13 and 14, "For you, God, created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know that full well." God built each of us with the ability to be filled by him for righteousness, but there is one problem. Sin.
I like that one.
That's a neat bouquet.
Why?
Indeed.
Hard work and dedication right here.
That was me today.
Down towards the bottom.
We are not connected to God because he is holy and our sin has separated us from God. He is the source of power that was to fill us with the ability for righteousness and godliness. Knowing that we are separated from him, God made a plan that incorporated the life of his Son, Jesus Christ. Notice I said life of his Son. John 3:16 reminds us that God sent his Son to die for you, for me, and everyone on the face of the earth for all time. But he didn't stay dead. The grave could not hold him. He is risen. The Bible tells that if we can be reconciled to God, if we can receive him, his Son, as our personal Lord and risen eternal Savior, if you are willing to receive Christ as your Savior, then the next part of the salvation becomes very real. You see, 2 Peter 1:3, in my country they call him Piotr. But Peter 1:3 tells us that God then fills us with his divine power again, so that we are equipped for a godly life, for his glory. He fills us and provides the ability. How much more foil do you like? This sparkler symbolizes God, who is lit with this infinite wisdom, power, and strength. Here's what we will call the lead.
Behind the scenes, times
Anything
4.
we're doing well.
And creates way less possibility of error.
I think that's a note behind it.
This pod symbolizes you and me. God made us with things he desires to use for a divine purpose. But without God playing the lead in our lives, there will never be the use of what God has intended out of you and of me. John 1:12 says that all who did receive him, meaning Christ, he gave the right to become children of God. If you make the decision to place God as your lead, then he enters your life. Let's see what the spark of God does when placed in mankind. I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Here you go. Professor B.
You see, God in man as he wants to be, and you produces a work that cannot be contained. But one question remains. Do you have a personal relationship with God as the lead?